Welcome everyone. In today's video, we're not just going to talk about English. We're going to transform the way you speak it. We're going to fix something no one ever told you about. And by the end of this video, I promise you'll look in the mirror and say, yes, now I can speak. I finally understand how to train my mouth to talk. So listen until the very end. Subscribe to our channel because this video may become the most important turning point in your English journey. Let me ask you something simple. How many videos have you watched about English? How many grammar rules have you learned? How many hours have you listened silently? Yet, when it's time to speak, your lips freeze, your tongue shakes, your voice disappears, your brain goes blank. This isn't because you're stupid or because your English is bad. It's because your mouth is untrained. Yes, that's the truth nobody told you. You're reading, watching, and listening, but you're not training your speaking muscles. That's why nothing changes. That's why you stay stuck. That's why your confidence dies the moment you open your mouth. English is not just in your head. It's in your lips, your tongue, your jaw, and your sound flow. Until you train those physical parts, you'll always feel like something is missing. But today, that ends. This is not some boring grammar lesson or another list of phrases. This is a journey to break your fear, wake up your mouth, and build real fluency from zero. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need a perfect accent or expensive courses. All you need is 5 minutes a day, the right method, and the courage to sound like a beginner so you can eventually become a fluent speaker. This is the truth your English teacher never told you, and this is your moment to stop just learning English and start speaking it like it's your first language. Let's look at a powerful truth that might hurt a little but will set you free. Your mouth simply doesn't know how to move like an English speaker. Read that again. It's not your grammar, it's not your vocabulary, it's your mouth. You've been training your brain, but you haven't been training your mouth muscles. Because English is a physical language. It has a different rhythm, a different shape, and a different set of sounds. It's not just what you say, it's how your mouth produces those words. Think about fitness. Imagine reading 100 books about push-ups. You understand the form, you know the technique, you can explain it to others, but you never actually did a single push-up. What happens when you try? You collapse because your muscles are weak. That's exactly what happens with English speaking. You know the words, but your mouth hasn't been trained to move fast, smooth, and confidently. Your tongue, your lips, and your jaw are lazy. They're used to your native language. They don't know how to handle English speed, stress, and sound patterns. This is why you say, I understand everything, but I can't speak. Speaking is not only mental, it's muscular. In your native language, you've repeated every sound thousands of times since childhood. That's why your mouth moves fast. But in English, you've never trained your mouth to say the th sound, the R and L variations, or soft T sounds. You mumble them because you feel awkward. But you can change this. You can build speaking muscles just like you build muscles in the gym. You don't need hours. You just need to practice the right way with focus. If you do what I'm about to show you for just 5 minutes a day for the next 30 days, your English will sound different. Not just in your mind, but in your conversations, your career, and your life. We're going to train your mouth like a muscle, not like a memory. It's not about how long you practice, it's about how you practice. Your goal isn't to become fluent overnight. but to build tiny, repeatable habits that rewire your mouth. Reading is knowledge, but speaking is movement, and movement requires muscle memory. First, we warm up. Just like in the gym, you need to shift your lips, tongue, and jaw into English mode. Start with lip rolls. Gently buzz your lips like a motorbike for 5 seconds 3 times. Then do a tongue stretch. Push your tongue out and back in slowly 10 times. Follow this with jaw loosening. Open and close your mouth wide to release stiffness. Finally, do a smile stretch. Stretch wide like you're laughing, hold for 5 seconds, and repeat. This loosens tension and makes your English sound smoother. A warm mouth is a ready mouth. Next is the mirror technique. This is your secret weapon. Your mirror is your coach and your feedback system. Stand in front of it, look into your own eyes, and choose a simple sentence like, I am learning to speak confidently. This is my voice. Say it slowly. Focus on your lips and tongue movement. Don't rush. Say it 5 times, getting slightly faster each time. This builds awareness and kills the fear of judgment. It may feel awkward at first, but after 10 days, you'll feel powerful. Then we move to shadow speaking. This is where real fluency happens. Shadow speaking means you listen to a sentence and immediately repeat it aloud, matching the speed, tone, and rhythm. Choose a short clip from a movie or a talk. If you hear, I don't think that's a good idea, you repeat exactly that, the same rhythm and motion. Don't worry about grammar. This is muscle training. This is how babies learn. They hear, they copy, they repeat, and they grow. Finally, we use the fluency loop. This is a rapid repetition system. Take a sentence like, I'm going to improve my English. Say it very slow, then normal, then fast. Repeat this loop 3 times. This builds comfort with speed and helps you stop overthinking. Most learners skip this. They chase grammar books and download vocab apps, but they never train their mouth. But you have a system now. You have a daily English gym in your own room. You don't need a partner or a perfect accent. You just need your voice and 5 minutes. Most learners don't sound fluent because they speak like robots. They separate each word, speaking English like their native language, flat and mechanical. But native speakers speak in clusters. They don't speak words. They speak groups of sounds that flow like music. Once you learn to speak in clusters, even with small grammar mistakes, you'll sound natural and confident. A sound cluster is a group of 3 to 6 words set together with no break. For example, instead of, what are you doing, say, what you doing? Instead of, did you eat, say, did you eat? This is natural spoken English. Fluency is not about being perfect, it's about being comfortable. You don't need a British or American accent to sound good, you just need to speak with rhythm. Every day, choose 3 clusters. Say them like a song. Repeat them 10 times like a rap because rhythm creates memory. Then create your own sentence with that cluster and say it as one smooth sound. Record your voice on your phone and listen back. It might sound strange on day 1, but on day 7, you'll be a different speaker. You must also train your brain and mouth together. Your mouth cannot speak what your brain doesn't believe. If your brain is full of fear and judgment, your voice will break. Think of your brain as the pilot and your mouth as the airplane. We need to upgrade the software. Speak with emotion, not just accuracy. People remember your energy, not your grammar. Speak like an actor, not a student. Pick a sentence and say it 3 different ways: excited, angry, and nervous. When you act, your brain forgets fear. You stop judging your voice and start owning the energy. Stop translating in your head. That is the slowest path to fluency. Instead, create mental shortcuts. Connect English sounds directly to images and emotions. Combine emotion, voice, and movement. Stand up and move your hands when you speak. When you move your body, your brain remembers better. Your voice becomes louder and your speech becomes clearer. This is real brain rewiring. Remember, repetition is a science. Most people repeat words like a parrot, flat and robotic. Real repetition involves layers. Start with slow clarity, then move to flow, then add emotion, then add speed, and finally use it in a real-world context. This is how you own a sentence. You're not just saying it, you're living it. Choose sentences that feel powerful to you, like English is my future. When the words have power, your voice has power. Every confident speaker you admire has repeated the same sentences hundreds of times in private. You are not bad at English, you're just not practicing consistently. Stop consuming English and start training English. Passive learners collect information. Fluent speakers transform their mouth. Which one are you? Your habits must align with your dreams. How many opportunities have you lost because you didn't speak? The job you didn't get, the friend you couldn't make, all because you didn't train. You can't change the past, but you can change the next 30 days. Speak the first sentence today. Even if it feels awkward, show up and speak up. Fluency is a decision to train every day regardless of how you feel. It is built in the mirror and in the silent mornings. One day, people will hear you and be amazed, but only you will know the work you put in. I will no longer be silent. I will no longer wait. I will train my mouth every day. This voice is yours. This dream is yours. Claim it. Your fluency begins when your fear ends.